On December 20th, 2020, Spyro the Dragon would see its legendary 120% world record fall in the hands of an interesting player.
Let's fucking go! Oh! Yeah, motherfucker, let's go! New world record, bitch!
I'm sure you have some questions. How much time was cut exactly? Who is this interesting player, and what makes his new record so special? Well, let's dive in and find out. For the past 6 years, Spyro the Dragon's speedrunning scene at the top level has seen 3 main players dominate the game: Tuval, Chris LBC, and Saboom. Chris and Saboom had a historic rivalry, constantly pushing each other to new heights in both any percent and 120%, the game's completionist category. The additional 20% is obtained through the game's bonus level, Nasty's Loot. It unlocks after you 100% the game, and collecting the 2,000 gems contained within this level, your total percentage adds up to 120. High-level runs of the game require extreme attention to detail. Time is won or lost on the small second-by-second intervals between gem pickups, so your movement needs to be as fluid as possible. You need to know hundreds of different backups, so if you miss any gem, you can adapt as quickly as possible to minimize time loss. After years of grinding, the intensity from playing the game fast took a toll on both Chris and Saboom, especially Chris, who decided to move on from the game in 2019. Saboom set a record of 122.43 in 120% on August 14th, 2017, where it stood unmatched for almost 2.5 years, until he lowered it again by 3 seconds to 122.40 on November 22nd, 2019. Saboom's level of play was simply unmatched in the category, and with no Chris or Tuval to compete with, he didn't have anyone to reignite his desire to push the game further. This is all, of course, until Pablo, Dayoman, Munoz Snyder got involved in the mix.
This one's for anybody who's ever loved somebody, man. And to anybody who's ever loved somebody, had your heart broken, and now you're single, there's always speedrunning for you, man. Cheers, and to all the gamers, I say salute. Keep grinding, keep fucking, and keep jerking. I love you, man.
I think there's a generalization made by the public that speedrunners are often nerdy, awkward, or shy. But every once in a while, somebody will contrast that stereotype big time. Despite what you might think, speedrunning does involve a lot of creative expression, but this side of things isn't always best portrayed by the runners themselves. The monotonous grinding they have to do doesn't lend itself to much visible emotion, except for the occasional breakthrough. In short, speedrunners are often categorized as boring. But Dayo? He's kinda dope.
I take a pull from the chicken from the Swissers that
Oh my God.
low up in that cat steady dipping there with pimpin'.
Oh, I'm gonna flex on him right now. Oh, flex on the bitches though! Holy moly, guaca fucking pussy, dude.
Going heavy on the dope, full of smoke, probably nigga shit. Tangeray up in my system, got me through some camera shit. My eyes are plus a red, I'm rhythm.
Let's go, dude! Where the chuggers at? Come on! Put him down, dude! Grab your drink, man! Put it down for Badlands, baby! Yeah, baby! So when I started speedrunning, I was a senior in high school, and that was in 2013. This was like around the time I was just starting to like find GDQ videos and stuff. I think that's how like a lot of us kind of got into it, you know, watching like ZFG and all those Siglemic. And I was, you know, kind of perusing around and like looking at different runs. And at the time I was doing just casually playing through Spyro, you know, just like not even worried about it. And I completed all 3 files, I remember, 120%. There's like 3 files on the memory card. Basically, to make a long story short, I was like, man, there's nothing else for this game for me unless I speedrun. So what I did was, at the end of class every day, or at the end of school every day, I had a free period where, I mean, it was like a free period, but it was a speech and debate class. So you just go in there and, you know, everyone would just be fucking around and like talking and stuff. And so I would be, I would be on my phone the entire time, looking at Spyro runs, and then I would watch a level, and then I would like close my eyes and I would imagine it in my head. Then I would go home. I'm like super like stoner stuff. I would go home on my skateboard, and then I'd try each level, and then I did that for like a few months until I learned the route. And I started doing runs in like late 2013 and started streaming in like mid 2014.
While Dayo has been around the speedrunning scene since 2013, he remained fairly underground as the only thing he ever streamed was Spyro 1 120%. Throughout his years, he was definitely seen as a respectable player, always being within the top 10, but never managing to place himself within the top 3. At the end of 2016, Dayo was sitting at 8th place. At the end of 2017, he had risen to 5th place. It would take until 2019, another 2 years, before he would move one step closer, now only 4 seconds shy of that sweet blue gem. With the slow and steady improvements that Dayo made, it was clear that he loved the game, but wasn't improving at the rate you'd see for a typical world record contender.
By the time I got a sub 130 in Spyro 120, I'd already been playing the game for, I don't know, maybe like at least 4 or 5 years. And a sub 130, for reference, is a really good time in Spyro 1. And at that point, I had like, in fact, multiple points throughout my time speedrunning, I was like kind of faced with like this thing like, all right, well, I have like a quote unquote decent time now, like whatever that means relative to you. And I could move on, or I could like do something else, or play another game, or stream something else, or, you know, whatever, move on with my life. Or I could, you know, I've already come this far, like, let's like keep going, you know, and see how far I can take it. You can never reach world record. That's how it felt for me for like literally all up until like mid 2020. That's how it felt for me. It's like I felt that even though I put all this work and effort, that I would never get world record, because Saboom is that good. Like, he's really that good at Spyro. I still think he's better than me at the game, like if we're just gonna like compare and contrast. But really, I mean, it's like at this point, it's like there's no, you can't compare. It's like apples oranges almost. But you know, you can't help but compare yourself to the better players of your game, you know. So for many years I felt like this sad sort of like, man, I'll never, no matter how hard I try, I'll never be good enough.
During a long and relentless grind, it's extremely easy to get in your own head and convince yourself that you're not up to the task. But at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself why you're playing in the first place.
What made me keep playing was just because I was like, all right, well, it's not a competition then. It's just like a for me type of thing. And then and it's great that there's someone that's so much better than you, or that has such a good time, because then it's like, dang, now I have like something to work towards, you know. It's like it really is like a blessing in disguise. You may not realize it at first when you're just starting out with the game. You see all these good times, it's like, oh man, I'm never gonna be this good. Well, that's like a good thing, because imagine the other side of this scenario where no one runs your game and then you have just an arbitrary world record. That's a lot more empty of an accomplishment, you know.
Armed with his new mindset, 2020 was looking like a strong year for Dayo. A mere 2 months into the new year, he would achieve 125.31, entering the top 3 for the first time ever.
Oh, baby. Let's fucking go. 3rd place. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go.
Dayo didn't stop there though. Throughout the year, his PB spree would be rapid. 125.23 in April, 124.23 in May, and 123.24 in June, putting him under a minute off the record, and for the first time ever, he had reached 2nd place.
Let's fucking go, baby. Number 2, baby. Let's fucking go. Yes. Fucking yes, dude. Titty cam, let's go. What up? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me the PB, bitch. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking. Oh my god. Number two on the leaderboard. 7.5 hours I've been streaming today. And on the last run of the day, magic. Magic, my friends.
It was at this point that doubt started disappearing from the viewers' minds. Dayo was capable of getting the record, and he was getting close. He would set the second ever 122 with 122.52 in July, but just as everyone started to have faith in Dayo, his hot streak would come to a sudden halt. This was not due to inactivity. Dayo was playing religiously, and world record attempts became a daily part of his life. But from July onwards, Dayo would see a PB drought all the way up until December. After all the work he'd put in, he was rewarded with a minuscule 2-second improvement, practically mocking him while inching him closer to his goal.
Yo, is that a PB? Let's fucking go, baby! Dude, 122.50, baby. 10 seconds away from world record. 10 fucking... Dude, if I didn't get cannon glitch in fucking Dreamweavers, oh my goodness.
On the darkest day of the year, winter solstice, December 21st, 2020, a light was still shining bright for a certain someone. Dayo kicks up yet another stream and starts his attempts. It's looking like just another Dayo stream, not fully believing that the world record could just be around the corner. People are just kinda hanging out, shooting the shit in chat, and having a good time. In the evening hours, I'm sitting in a voice call with some other runners, and the information gets forwarded to us that Dayo is on pace. Without much thought, we go to his stream only to find out that Dayo isn't just ahead, he's really far ahead. And in Dreamweavers, he's playing out of his mind. Entering the final world, Dayo is 15 seconds ahead of Saboom, but has some of the hardest levels in the game in front of him.
Fucking run, dude. What? Oh, I'm shitting myself. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Whatever happens is okay.
As he enters Nasty Nork, Dayo only has one thing on his mind. Don't miss credit skip. When defeating Nasty Nork, you lose control of Spyro and the game fades into the credit sequence, but this can be skipped. Using a proxy jump off of Nasty Nork's body, you can get out of bounds, and from there, you can glide back around and flame him from underneath the level. If you die in the lava during the fade out, it skips the credits entirely and saves 3 minutes. If he could just nail this one trick, the record was practically his.
Fucking go, motherfucker! It's not done. It's not over.
After years of playing Spyro the Dragon 120%, Dayo's journey to get the world record had come to an end. Not only had he gotten the record, he completely destroyed it.
Let's fucking go! Oh! Yeah, motherfucker, let's go! New world record, bitch! Low! One! Oh! Yes! Yes, dude! Let's... Oh! Oh my god, where are the sub alerts at? Oh my god, dude. Oh, I was shitting myself. I was shitting myself that whole time, dude. Guys, say hi to my dad, we did it. Woo! New world record! We did it! I didn't think it would be this good of a run. I thought it would be maybe it would have been like a 122, like 20 or 30, maybe. 13. Thanks all of you guys for being here and being the homies. Absolutely 100% would have not stuck with this if it weren't for a super fucking supportive stream.
How does it feel like knowing that you have it?
It's really surreal for me. It's something that I never thought I would get. It was like many years went by and I thought it just was not going to happen for me. But I still played the game anyways because I loved it. And now that I have it, and I see, Saboom coming back to 120 a little bit, and I see the chance for me to get a world record sweep to do any percent. And just when I turn on my stream and I'm playing any percent, and I'm like, man, like, I could just as easily be still playing 120 right now. In fact, that was what I expected, was that I'd still be playing 120 right now forever. You know, so it's just this very surreal feeling. It doesn't feel real to me that like I got it. I'm expecting Saboom to just like come back and just crush it at any time. And so each day that passes where I continue to have this record or this time and I'm able to, you know, go for this any percent with Rap Proxy, it's just like I feel truly blessed to be able to be in this position right now, especially with all the support from everyone in the community. It's a very surreal feeling. A dream, you might say, as a speedrunner. It is truly a dream to be in this position, I think.
Dayo has said before that 121 is possible and is an inevitable goal time for him. But given the length of his grind, it's not surprising to see him take a break from 120%. Currently, he has his sights set on any percent, which is notorious for its brutal skips in the final world. If you've seen my 2vol video, you might recall a certain trick I mentioned that I said wasn't humanly viable. Well, Dayo set out to defy the odds.
If I'm able to keep this 120 record for any prolonged period of time, my goal right now is to be the first person to get an any percent speedrun of Spyro 1 with a version of Coveless called Rap Proxy, which has never been done in a run before. The only person to do Coveless, which is a trick where you skip to the last level in the game early, the only person to do that was a guy named 2vol back in 2015, I think, and no one has been able to replicate that in an any percent run since. I'm really excited. It's really exciting for me because it's like, you know, in the same way it's exciting for me to get the 120 record. It's exciting for me to be like the first person to get Rap Proxy in a run, and then hopefully with time get enough Rap Proxies in a run to get record.
After Dayo got the 120% world record in December, I set out to make this video on his achievements. But before I could even finish it, he had already completed his next goal, getting multiple Rap Proxy runs, including his current PB set on January 10th, 2021.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's gonna PB though, if I'm being honest. We'll see. Hey, we'll see though. Oh yeah, new PB, baby. Let's go. 2 seconds, man. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. Yes. PB. 39. Low 30. Yeah, 39.16, I think, actually.
There's no greater feeling than falling in love with a hobby like speedrunning. Seeing your time go down through a long grind can feel extremely rewarding. It is important though to know when to stop. While pouring all of your time into runs can feel like the right thing in the moment, it can ultimately bleed into other parts of your life. Balance is one of the biggest keys in avoiding burnout and staying true to what you love. A sentiment embodied by Dayo.
So, like, my life, all the way until, like, high school, and even now through college, is I was studying to become a musician. I was a music major in college. Actually, I was the first jazz vibraphonist to graduate from Cal State Long Beach, which I'm very stoked about. But all throughout my studies, I would always have this like nagging feeling of like, man, I'm not practicing enough. I'm not really as into this as I should be. It's fun to play music. I love it. I'm very honored to be able to go to school, or to have been able to go to school for music. I'm actually studying to become a music teacher, if you could believe that. I'm getting a credential right now. But like the whole thing to me, it's like I've spent my whole life feeling like I should play. I have to do this. Like this is my this is gonna be my job. This is gonna be my life. And the more time I spend like forcing myself to play, or like, you know, playing music because I feel like I have to, the less like special it feels to me. And those moments where I can just kick back and like listen to something on my own terms, or play music on my own terms, even if it's like once a week, you know, those feel a lot more special to me than, you know, playing every day to get ready for a recital or a show for some band or something. And not to downplay how cool those things are, but for me, I mean, I just put a very awkward amount of pressure on myself when it comes to my real life other hobbies that like I'm supposed to make a job and career out of, you know. So in a way, playing Spyro and speedrunning has been this ultimate maybe escape is a strong word, but yeah, like an escape from the pressure of like the pressure that I put on myself with other aspects of my life. It's very odd because it's like I don't really put much pressure on myself with Spyro. I just play it, and I just hope to be as good as I can be. And I've been more dedicated playing Spyro than I ever have been in playing music when it comes to just playing every day and practicing and getting better. And I love both things, but Spyro has really kind of like saved me in a way where it's like it showed me that I don't have to like beat myself up with something in order to like be disciplined and to be devoted to it. I've always skated my whole life. In high school, well, when I was a little kid, I got a board, and I used to watch like the Bales video on Tony. I fucking love skating. I've always been skated my whole life, and the thing with skating is that it's my only real form of exercise. I hate running in general. I just don't go outside. So skating provides this really amazing like outlet for me to completely just let all of my energy out and get very sweaty and look like an idiot and eat shit and like fall. And it just makes me feel alive in the way that like nothing else really does.
Looking back at Dayo's journey, it's amazing to see that he's still going strong. While speedrunning may seem like a stupid hobby to some, a story like his is a solid reminder that speedrunning can and does have a defining influence on how some people live their lives. In the grand scheme of things, how fast somebody can beat a video game isn't really all that meaningful, but the value you get from it over time cannot be understated. Speedrunning as a whole can teach you how to discipline yourself in other areas of life. By incorporating the same practice methods that you would use to improve your times, subsequent learning of other skills becomes faster and easier. The people that you meet within speedrunning can turn into lifelong friends, which is something I know to be true for a lot of people in the scene. Some people enjoy the thrill of growing their personal stream or channel, while others do what they do purely out of the love for the game and just want to see the time go lower. In the end, isn't that what speedrunning is all about?
But yeah, again, like popularity and all that stuff aside, like I don't feel popular or anything. I just feel like I just feel like I'm a little bit more a part of the PlayStation community than I was before, and even then, if people stop watching me or whatever, it's like it'd be fine. I'd still be doing my thing, That's like the key like takeaway there.
Thanks for watching. I want to give a big thanks to my supporters over at Patreon, where I've released the full interview with Dayoman for all $5 backers. Once again, I'm very grateful. Take care, and have a good one.